Compliments to everyone of you. I just felt like doing something very quickly. I want to really touch on something very, very important that would benefit every one of us, and that is the purpose of this. But I'm going to be spending another 20 minutes. There are some things that are going on right now in our system, in our society, that calls for deep, deep, you know, um, deep thinking, and for those who are reasonable also to begin to teach other people who are vulnerable. And I want you to understand that these are interesting times. These are very, very interesting times. Lots of interesting things are going to be happening in this period. Lots of deceit, lots of manipulation, lots of... Don't let anybody deceive you because you are looking for freedom. Don't let anybody cajole you because you're looking for freedom. The purpose of this broadcast is to bring out a narrative from the particular acts of some group of women, about 4 of them, who did something very unique. Now, most of us know the story, but we don't know the details and how it affects how we should reason and the things we should be doing now. And that's why I decided to choose the story. But I'm not going to be talking about them today because I just have 20 minutes based on the fact that I know some of us are busy. At the same time, also, there are some things I need to do this morning. And so I just needed to talk to us first as an introduction or introductory speech to you. Don't allow yourself to be deceived by the so-called freedom or BIAFRA agitators who are promising you several things. See, Nigeria has devised very technical tactics this period to keep some of you who are very vulnerable, and there are many of you who are very vulnerable. Very, very many people who are very, very vulnerable. We know that in Biafra land, so many people don't even know what is happening. Some people are just there. They're just expecting something to happen for Martin and Kanu to be out. They're just there looking, expecting that something will happen, praying and doing what they can do. We have few things that are happening right now. We have a group of people. All they do now is they look at what is happening and they use it as an excuse to justify their call for what they call sacrifice, or to cleanse the land. Now, I want you to understand something. There's no amount of cleansing of any land. Let me tell you the truth. There are so many people in this period that have been involved in this Biafra stuff. So many people who have told me about the cleansing they have gone for. Several kinds of people who claim to be very spiritual, who claim to be very powerful, who claim to know the most powerful and the most spiritual people in Biafra land, and they are going to engage in cleansing. They have gone for days, weeks, and all of that. Recently, also, there's one that we actually approved. It's okay if you people believe that this is what's going to happen. You go and do it. But we discovered when we said so, the next thing we saw was a bill from them. They told us they need 20 million naira to do cleansing, to buy whatever they want to buy, give some people and all of that. And we began to wonder, 20 million for cleansing. You see, people have seen that our people are vulnerable, our people are in a tight situation, they are very desperate to leave the situation, and they are ready to manipulate the people using spiritual sentiments and also social sentiments. Social in the sense that on social media you would see lots of deceit and manipulation, and this is where the government of the zoo, Nigeria, is actually and actively using some of our people. You see people like Reno Mokri. All he's doing on his social media is promoting the current government and dispensation, carrying out different activities. Whatever Tinubu does is wonderful. Whatever this other person does, he just keeps bringing up lots of controversies, lots of discussions to keep your minds engaged in the narrative of Nigeria. That is what they have been paid to do. They want to keep you. Now, the tactics here is they would always come on social media and teach you how to make money, how to do this, how to invest. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. Then you will be so much in love with them. You'll be so happy. You say, wow, this my brother is speaking facts. This my brother is, wow, Reno Omokri is saying wonderful things. Wow, he has helped me. Oh, he has now opened my eyes. And then they also, as they do that, they keep telling you, once in a while, they come and tell you about Tinubu. Tinubu is doing this well. they come to tell you about Dangote, how Dangote is doing that well, and they come and tell you, begin to sell the narrative. This morning I've seen a lot of stuff, trying to criticize it will be about the issue of whether 3 billion for security, for security something I can't remember now. And Reno comes, picks it up and say no, and it is done all over the nations of the world. In America, even the state government does such kinds of things. There's money and social stuff. They keep doing all of these as a way of keeping your mind and making you believe in the Nigerian narrative, forgetting about Mazen and kind of forgetting about anything that will be beneficial to you as regards to your seeking for freedom. Nigeria has gone very complex with the situation after taking Mazen kind of from the way. They know that Mazen, you can't waive him. So all they need to do is take him away. As soon as they take him away, then they know how to penetrate other people using money. Because those ones too are gullible and they also are desperate. They already know that everyone who is surrounding Mazen and the people who are screaming on social media just need money. And all they need to do is fund them, and they will keep projecting their narrative indirectly using the sentiment of BIAFRA and all of that to make you think they're believing. Look at what Reno is doing. He keeps talking about Tinubu is doing this. Tinubu is doing that. The next time he comes and tells you, you should invest in this, you should not invest in this, your relationship should be this, your relationship should not be that. He keeps deceiving you, and the reason why he keeps teaching you of all of this stuff about investments and all of this stuff is to draw you into him and believing in him. Ego, good to have you here. Thank you so much. You caught me here today. Thank you. Thank you. Very, very massive and strategic distraction. Go to Twitter, you see what Reno or Mokri is doing. Preaching so many things, how to keep a relationship, how to invest, how to do this, how to do that, and people are falling in love. Oh, Reno, you have been. Oh, Reno, you are too wonderful. Oh, Reno, I think you have really changed my life. And then he keeps introducing Tinubu, talking about Nigeria. I have started these messages twice, giving him what his message means in the true meaning of what it should be. But he will never respond because he doesn't want to delve into that. He knows that coming into the issue of BIAFRA, he knows that talking about freedom is his deal with the Nigeria contraption. So he doesn't want to talk about that because he knows we go deep into that, he will discover that he's flawed. He doesn't want to because he knows what he is doing. So to teach you about investment, about that, so that you will love him and you keep saying, wow, Reno is good. And then you need to also listen to him when he talks about Nigeria. When he talks, thank you so much. I go, yeah, I'll keep speaking there. When he talks about Nigeria, you need to say, wow, so Tinubu is doing this. Okay, let's see whether we can continue with Nigeria. Let's see whether we can continue with this. Anyway, but the truth about it is that now you have to be very, very careful because it's here now. So many deceits and manipulation is going to be utilized, especially for many of you who are gullible, because many of you on social media, anyways, are very gullible, very gullible. And we have to be teaching you so that you can understand what is happening. You can understand what is happening. You should understand and not allow yourself to be deceived and manipulated. Now, let me tell you something. Aside the Nigeria system using these people and funding them, there are another group of people, as I told you, they come and talk about cleansing because they know you are spiritually vulnerable. They know you when it comes to spiritual things, you can be manipulated. 99% of you are spiritually gullible. You can be deceived, you can be manipulated, you can be cut off, you can be, you are just here and there. Once they bring spiritual things, you bring out money. They know you are very vulnerable, so they keep talking about the cleansing of the land. Now, let me, the other day I was mentioning this. I said, why is Israel not going to go and talk about cleansing? Let's cleanse our land. There's been so much bloodshed since 1948 we got our independence. Till now, 1976 or so, that we fought with the Arab War and all of that and all of this stuff. And there have been so much bloodshed. So let's do cleansing. That's why more bloodshed is happening. That's why these people are attacking us. That's why Hamas is attacking us. Why is Israel not going to do cleansing? Why did they just say they will hear from us? Why did they say they're going to level Gaza? Why are they going this way? Because you don't need any cleansing to deal with the activities of the colonial masters and the activities of those people who have been bribed around you to deceive and manipulate and sabotage sabotage what you're doing. You don't need any cleansing for it. All you need is to take action. Please don't like people don't like the truth, but the truth is the truth. That's the truth. They go, that's the truth. You know, that's the truth. They don't like the truth, but the truth is the truth. You can't change it, and we'll keep talking about the truth. That is why we told you that the only way we can get our freedom is to satisfy ourselves with our inner economic development programs. We are strategic in that sense. When you want to do the right thing, then you have to think of developing yourself. You have to think of implanting the rightful resources and materials, and utilizing materials and resources to develop yourself, develop your people, develop your land, invest in your land, and see how you can get yourself free. That is the tactics. All these things you are doing will not work. Now, they talk about cleansing, and so many activities, so many people I've known about 3 people who have talked about cleansing. They have done it already, and nothing is happening. And this particular person, especially that person called Odikema, that criminal, Odikema, he keeps talking about cleansing. It's cleansing. He sends you, he'll tell you, Chibuki have sent him, and Mazinam, he equating himself with Mazinam. Every time wanting to take advantage. He came with this narrative of ESN for so long. I countered him. I countered his likes. He and the one other, I can't remember his name, also. Yes. I countered them till now. Now they have gone into cleansing because they know you're spiritually vulnerable. When you talk about ESN, you come out, you want to support. When you talk about cleansing and spiritual things, you want to come support. Now the ESN has been the very massive means of manipulation and deceit and extortion, primitive. That is why people like Nena and other people stole, Oyibo and other people stole from you. And then in that sentiment, we rode on, somebody like Simon would come and steal massively from you. Now see what he posted yesterday. He told you that from February, they're going to start referendum. United Nations is not aware. The Nigeria contraption, there have not been a discussion in that regard. How do you want to carry out referendum? And all he does is to give you all this information. I don't know whether you understand. The other time they said referendum convention, that the next day after the next referendum convention, they will start flying their fighter jets. Till today, no fighter jets, nothing is happening. Nobody has talked about it, no mention of it. Now it is about referendum in February. It will begin from February to start from state to state or whatever he calls it. And you are there. You are in January. No materials. No, have you seen any mapping? Have you seen any discussion in the United Nations level? Have you seen any nation coming to referendum are being conducted in the face of international representation? That's how it's been done. Because once you have that kind of thing done, you are going to be recognized internationally. So even if you have to do anything that is going to give you results without it's not going to be on the basis of referendum. But if you want to go on the basis of referendum, you have to have that understanding. You must have done something that will make everyone sit down to discuss and carry out a referendum. Look at what Russia did in Crimea. Till today, Crimea is not recognized, but because Russia has the power to keep that narrative and control that territory, they could do. But here is a group of people who have not even been able to control a community, not to talk about a local government, a community, just a community, maybe the community I come from now, the community you come from, that particular family. They've not been, even their own extended family, they've not controlled it. They are talking about conducting referendum in the whole of BIAFRA land within less than 1 month plus. And some of you are jubilating, happy and excited. Now, these are these narratives that make us wonder how gullible our people are, and understand that most of you actually need to be educated over and over and over and over again. And that's why we're coming on this narrative. But the truth here is, I'm just bringing this as a basis of making you understand that so many things are going on, because I want to talk about the acts of some brave women who carried out, 4 of them, who carried out massive activity and action. And I may not be able to talk about it right now in this particular broadcast. I'm going to begin that maybe tomorrow or next, because I want to open your eyes here tomorrow. Hopefully by tomorrow, I'm going to begin to talk about that. I'm going to do the part 2 of this particular broadcast, and I'm going to open your eyes. There are some things I'm going to bring out from the activities of these women. In fact, when And the more I keep reading about these women, the more I keep, listening and getting facts about these women, the more I begin to say, wow, this is how we can do it. This is what we can do. This is what we need to do. And this is what we need to do. Some of us think that history or activities or things that people have done is just for us to listen. And then when we listen, we either, whether we condemn or we tease or we, make exclamation, and that's all. That's what some of us think. When something happens somewhere, you say, is that how it happened? Wow. Oh, Michelle. Diego. That's all. We don't understand that anything that happens, especially in line with what we want, has a particular definitive approach or meaning to what we are looking for. Because in it is hidden a fundamental truth that you need, or a fundamental narrative that you might need actually to utilize as an instrument or complement of what you want to do in the present situation you find yourself, or the current action you are thinking of taking. The problem is most of our people listening to him don't know that they're right from the left, and don't know the affairs of how the global activity operates. That's it, the truth. They don't understand. I just wonder, when I looked at that thing yesterday on Twitter, I saw referendum with comments and I saw people writing Odogu this, and writing so many things. I to wonder, how do these people reason? The same way he told you that referendum convention, from that moment BIAFRA has come, and from that moment, from the next day after that, the fighter just get to fly. From that day, they'll need to see the food. All is the same. Dance here. They say oil pipeline. They are blowing up oil pipeline. They are crumbling the economy. Nigeria is still producing oil. They are producing. In fact, they are pumping to Lagos now to Dangote refinery. Some of them, they are using people like Reno, Mokri, and other people who are helping to advertise Nigeria. Those who should be talking about their own freedom. They are using such people to advertise Nigeria, and those ones also are promoting people like Dangote. Whereas Dangote's money is from their place. The money that Dangote is using is from the ones that the people who stole from their place, like IBB or Basanjo and other people stole from their place, gave it to Dangote. Dangote is their boy, using the money for business. Dangote is not a politician. So they use him to front as a businessman. So you will not question him, where did you get your money? They will say, my family, I was a poor person. My family, as I was growing up, I was going through hell. My so helped me, and then they helped me. And then I did this, I did that. That's how I started doing little business. Before you know it, I went to sugar. Before you know it, I went into this. And then I started growing my business. Whereas the monies that he is utilizing, the major money, not all those nonsense he's talking about, the major money is coming from IBB, from Salami, from, Buhari, from the late Buhari, all those people, Passenger and Gowan, and all these people have stolen so much. Having oil wells everywhere. And those oil wells are being used to steal your resources, give to one man, and they are the owners of the company, but the man's name is used, and you will be jubilating. Wow, Dangote is doing well, he's investing his money into Nigeria, whereas your money is being used, and it is your money that's being invested for the sake of those ones amassing wealth and getting more profit from the whole system. They are the ones taking the profit. What do you get? You go there and work as a security man, or as a store person, or as one of those people. Over about, I think they said over about 70% of the workers there, I don't remember the 70% or so, are from expatriates. The main work being done there, those who are earning very massively, are foreigners. And you are working as a houseboy to them. You are there, I got a job in Dangote refinery. They employed me. I am working. They know nothing about global current affairs. They don't read. They don't research nothing on they just, all they know is just come to Simon's war and see him brag. Great, Odogu, Onyisi, blah blah blah, or Onishi, anyone they want to call it. That's all. And they get excited, and then they wait for him to send another one, and they go on WhatsApp platforms where they belong and begin to talk. He's doing it. He's the only one talking. He's the only one doing something. He's the only one taking action. He's making He's making noise that oil pipelines are being blown and everything is being blown. Why are they still taking oil from them? They still nothing. It's like nothing is happening. They're just still doing businesses. When the militants were blowing up oil pipelines, you saw is blowing up. It's not news. It's not news. You're blowing up oil pipeline. You are dragging. You are the one bragging. Nothing is happening. Nobody's talking about it. You are talking about it. It's just going on. When real, real in the during the time, I don't know, my network seem to be, when the real oil sabotage, the economic sabotage. You saw it on headlines. You saw what was happening. You saw when they were inviting people. You saw when one man, my friend, Monengia, went to Yakua. We need to discuss with these people and brought an idea of, he's the one who brought this idea of in many ways. I've forgotten the name. It's been called. Bringing them together and settling them and certain things with the militants. That was an activity. But you just bring a picture of a place fire is burning. You tell us you have blown oil pipeline, and people are jubilating. What is wrong with all of you? Why can't you just know that you have not started anything? We need to do things right. And we are bringing a very nice proposal for this fact. Anyways, we'll continue. By God's grace, as we go in this year, we are going to begin to align up this stuff so that you will know what we really need to do. By God's grace, by the time we have fixed everything that we need to fix right, hopefully by God's grace, hopefully by next month, by God's grace, February, we're going to fix everything right. By the time we have fixed everything right and everything is set, you will now see how work can be done. We'll now come together to see how we can massively begin to do things right, from local government to local government, fix our people, get our youth employed, so that you will not have them being bribed and being used. When they begin to see that they can actually do something to impact their community, impact their neighborhood, impact their lives, all of that, you begin to see that they will begin to see, that their lives have value. And you begin to see that other people who are out there will begin to get attracted to BIAFRA land. And then we begin to build it from there. Before you know it, we can all come with one voice. And at that time, we now know that, yes, we have been able to grow our system. We have developed our land. We didn't need the Nigerian contraption to do that. We developed our land. By then, we would have one voice. And then our boys will not be vulnerable. Our ladies will not be vulnerable. Our girls will not be sleeping with Malam. Our young girls, 12 years, 13 years, taken, by all these abukis and all of that. It won't happen again, because we would have succeeded in the right thing and causing the right action to be taken. That is what we are talking about. These are the things we're looking at. We need to develop ourselves, develop our land. The more you keep rejoicing around all these criminals, the more it keeps telling us that you are getting older and stupid and more stupid. Because you can't keep getting older and yet you are being manipulated by just one person sitting somewhere and talking and just telling you on social media that he's doing this, and then on Saturday they tell you to contribute. What is wrong with you? Is it that you don't reason? But anyway, some of us our brains have been paused, and distorted. There's a connection problem. there needs to be a reconnection. Some of the cables need to be changed in their brains, and that's what we're trying to do to carry out this surgery. And then see that we are able to fix all of this stuff. But I want to assure you that we are going to get there in spite of all the criminality and all of that. But don't be a vessel, or don't be one of those helping those criminals to shine and to do what they have to do. Don't be one of those people who would allow criminality to take over you and allow yourself to be deceived and manipulated to the point that you begin to fund criminality, and yet the more you think you are moving forward, the more you are in the same place. In fact, getting worse. They have deceived you enough. They have stolen from you enough. You have to understand this. Mazinam cannot become the business for them. His predicament has become the massive business for them. Look at how the mess that is going on. Look at what is happening in Nigeria. Look at how they are killing the people. Look at what is happening in Lagos. Look at what is happening, and people are still supporting the criminality called Nigeria. I don't know, but anyways, we'll keep preaching and keep speaking. And I assure you, those of you who are saying, "What are you doing?" Go and do your own. And it's not about my own. It's about our own. Because whatever anybody is doing is for themselves. In fact, by telling me to go and do my own, you have already answered the question. You have already answered the question that those people you are supporting are doing their own, and you are funding them to do their own. You are funding them to steal from you to do their own, because what they are doing is for themselves, building their empire. So you have already answered the question by telling me to go and do my own. Because if you say I should go and do my own, that means I should go and go set my own also to start stealing from people. And that's what I'm not going to do. So what we need to do is to do our own collective togetherness, unity, agreement, understanding, doing it together. We plan together. Nobody is stealing, not my own, not your own, our own. Everybody, all these people have been doing their own. That is what you have been listening to. You have been listening to their own. That's why you keep telling me to go and do my own. I don't need to do my own because my own is for me. So I'm not going to do my own because freedom is not for me alone. There are people who need to be freed. The people from the same place I am. We all need to be free. So we do our own. We put together, we plan, we carry out the activities the way we should carry them out. That is the way to do it. Because of all, look at. Oh my God, please. You guys have to be very serious. I want to let you know that tomorrow, hopefully by this time tomorrow, I'm going to be coming up with this story. These ladies, 4 of them, and I'm going to start speaking about them and to bring out the lessons from what these ladies did. You know, what are they even doing, sir? What are they proof for what they are doing? Yeah, that's why they can see proof, because those people are doing their own. Those people that are doing their own are getting the evidences and the result for themselves. These ones who are claiming that they think those people are doing their own for them are not seeing any result. But what they think, they just believe that something is happening, because what they are being told is that something is happening, and they just live in that illusion that something is happening, and they are hallucinating in the realm of something happening, yet they don't see anything happening. And when you ask them critically and you bring out the question critically to them, what is happening? What is really happening? What is being done? Can you show us a proof what is being done? They just discovered, that is when they realize that there's nothing they can prove. But all they can say is that, don't you see that the referendum was done, referendum convention was done? Don't you see that government, BIAFRA government in exile, has been formed? Don't you see that he's shaking Nigeria? Don't you see how this Nigerian media is talking about it? Don't you see how that is what they're going to tell you? But nothing to prove that something is happening, because the only thing that is happening now in BIAFRA is that there's much criminality by the groups. The groups, all these groups claiming, different groups claiming that they are doing something for their people. And one of the groups belongs to the criminal in Finland, who also has taken the monies of the people who think he's working for them to sponsor this criminality and get his own militia, so that when his own militias also begin to carry out the criminality and all that, they use it to make more money. People like Success, people like Chika, and all these people, helping them to steal. They kidnap, they do lots of wicked things against their own people. Lots of, and once in a while, when they have a chance, they see one, they act like opportunists. When they see one move, they make one move. They see one police van somewhere with a few policemen in it or military personnel in it, and nobody's looking. They just go, they shoot them and run away. When they shoot them, they take capture some stuff and go, and then I'll post it on social media. This is happening. Is that how to do it? If you want to deal with a force, if you you take over the barracks, you take over the government houses, you know where the people are. That is how to do it. Not go for ambush some people somewhere and then you go and hide. Yet you don't have any territory control. You don't control any territory. For the past 2 years, no territory controlled. Yet the people think that something is happening on their behalf. Now they're talking about referendum. Then they will now put something on social media. Maybe you now say they're counting. People will now begin to vote for this community. Start voting. People will now start counting on social media, keeping them busy, just to keep them busy. That is all. They'll just start taking statistics on social media. Maybe they will call. They have divided these states into their own how many states. Then they will call one of the states. They'll now say, okay, this state, this is time for your own referendum, because they have to spell it out like that to make people keep getting busy, keep getting them busy, so that they think they are in activity, whereas they are dormant. There's something called dormant but inactivity. You are dormant but you are in activity. That means you are busy doing nothing. And you can be in activity yet dormant. You can be dormant and yet in activity. Yes? You can be in activity yet you are dormant. And you can be dormant and yet you are in activity. You are busy and everything. That is what the guy is doing to you guys. He's been trying to make you feel like some things are happening. But you are excited in the euphoria of the busyness, in quote, and then you are thinking that you are moving forward and some busy activities are going on for you, whereas you are stuck somewhere, static, stationary, and not able to move anyhow or anywhere. It is critical. You want to understand. We need to get focused. Nigeria contraption is using people like Reno or Mockery to manipulate, deceive you. He keeps teaching you on social media, on Twitter, how to do this business, how to do that business, how to do this, how to do that. And you're excited, you're jubilating. Reno is good. And then he begins to introduce Tinubu to you, introduce Nigeria to you. Tinubu is doing this. The economy is growing. This is doing this. That is doing this. We need to support this. We need to using our people to manipulate our people. They throw the crumbs to you. You will feel excited. They tell you what they want to tell you. And because of the crumbs that you think they're throwing to you, you now become so excited and you now believe what they're saying. That's what is happening. Even religiously, that's what is being done. They give you something, make you feel excited, like something's going to come, like something, hey, a miracle is coming. And then you get excited and then you give them all the offering. The manipulation is so massive. The religious people will not tell you. I was listening to one, I'm going to try to give you this story more better. I'll try to get his name. I forgot. One man, he was preaching, one of these religious men, these pastors, he was preaching in Ethiopia, and he was now, of course, in the Bible tells us that Philip and other people in the Ethiopian eunuch, who had the scripture and all of that. So he was trying to make the Ethiopians know that Ethiopians to know that that the scripture came to them first, and all of that. So it is not the white that brought the scripture to them and all of that. He was trying to make them feel excited and all of that. And then he said something. He made mention. He said that Ethiopia is the only country, that was not colonized or something. And he said that they should know that God is with them. For that fact alone, God is with them. They should know that God loves Ethiopia so much that God made it that Ethiopia could not be colonized. Now, my question to him is this: if Ethiopia couldn't be colonized, and you see it as an act of God or an act of God that Ethiopia was not colonized, and you are a Yoruba man preacher, you are still, that your people, the Oduduwa nation, is under the contraption, locked up in Nigeria, not supposed to be in Nigeria, but supposed to be Oduduwa nation, or whatever nation you call it. Maybe Yoruba nation or Oduduwa nation, or maybe I don't know the name you decide to call it. And you know that your people, your nation is stuck under a name in Nigeria that is strange to your land. And you know that the British is still stealing from your land and your people are still being subjugated. They're still the ones controlling your resources. And yet you are not preaching against this wickedness. You know that it's an act of God to be free. But yet you know that your people are not free, and you are still telling them to pray for Nigeria and pray for unity. Then is that not hypocrisy? You are telling the Ethiopians that it's an act of God that they were not colonized, they were never colonized. But you are telling your people to pray for the institution that is keeping them under slavery. Now, don't you see? I'm going to try to get a video, and I'm going to play it so that people can see it, because I really want you to understand some stuff, how hypocritical and how they shoot themselves on the foot. You can imagine him telling you are lucky. God made it that you were not colonized. God is in your land. God, you are special people. You are not colonized. The Yorubas and other indigenous people, because that name Nigeria is foreign to them. That name is used to hold them down, to make them business items. Empire for the British business company, for the British Empire. You know all of this stuff. Yet you are telling the users that they are, because they are not colonized. That means you believe that your people are not colonized, and being free is God's blessings. But you don't want to apply that in the regard that they are under the British contraption. They are, because if being blessed is characterized with not being colonized, how come your land is under the colony or neo-colonialism or whatever colonial stronghold or stranglehold it is, yet you are saying nothing about it? That means you are a hypocrite. I'm going to talk more on that the next time I'm going to come up here, because I'm going to try to play that video so that you can understand what I'm trying to say here. And then hopefully by tomorrow I'm going to talk about these women. I want to point out these women to you, and I want you to begin to understand what they did and what the lessons we need to learn and the things we need to do for ourselves from what these women have done and what these women did. It's going to be very, very important. Tomorrow by 7 o'clock in the morning, I'll be here, 7 a.m. GMT, that is 7 a.m. GMT, and that's 8 a.m. a.m. Biafra land time and all of that. So you can pick it up from your area, what time it is. It's 8 a.m. where I am now. That means 9 a.m. in Biafra land. So you understand, understand the timing. So 7 a.m. I'll be here, and we shall take this narrative up and better, and we shall understand. Thank you, Ego, for the messages you have given to the people on this platform. People will read it and they will understand the points you have made. And I want to appreciate you guys who are here, also watching this morning, and you took your time. That means you understand that what we're doing is true and it's important. Please share the broadcast to other platforms. Let people watch. All platforms you can lay your hands on. Just forward it on all social platforms, whether you belong there or not. Then you can subscribe to the channel. You can also like the video. Please like it and then share. Like and subscribe if you have not subscribed. It's very, very important. Subscription helps us to do what we have to do very, very effectively. And hopefully, very much by God's grace, and soon we're going to be spreading our tentacles to other places and doing work effectively and then get results. I'm going to share this story with you tomorrow. I'm going to share this story with you tomorrow so that you can understand these women I'm talking about. I'm going to let you know the women. 4 great women who led other women into an action that really, really can be very useful in our time. What we need to do. And it is very, very important. We discuss this and understand what we need to do. Thank you so much for everyone. I appreciate you guys. And I say, wherever you are, enjoy the rest of the day. Let the day be fruitful for you. Let it be a blessing for you, as also for me and every one of us as we go pursue our daily activities. We shall be blessed. We shall do the right thing. Just work. Don't wait on prophecies. Don't tell them because, you just say amen and go and sit down. No, it won't work. So as you say amen, you go pursue and listen to your instinct, listen to the voice within to take the right action where you have to go, where you don't have to go. And then you see what's going to happen to you. And for you, what's going to happen for you and what is going to happen to you. The positive things that are going to happen to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. And stay blessed. God bless you. Very good.